South Carolina aboard a Maersk ship, and I'm here doing cargo operations in pretty heavy rain right now. So I wanted to take a few moments to talk about some of the things that we have to do while it's raining, some of the things to look out for, and just give you a kind of a nice visual of what it's like to be on a cargo watch here in a torrential downpour. Got my rain gear on, staying underneath this container right now just to try and keep out of the rain. One of the things we want to do is make sure all the scuppers are pulled so that the deck won't flood with water. The scuppers are these holes in the deck that lead over the side, and usually we keep them plugged with what's called a scupper plug. And the scupper plug prevents any contaminants, or such as oil or other chemicals on deck, from going over the side into the water. Some scupper plugs look different. This one's all, hard attached into the scupper, which is nice because you never have to worry about losing it. And it's just a simple crank here to lower it and to raise it. Other ships will just have like big rubber ones that you can just stick in there. Kind of varies by ship. So these are called the fish plates. It goes from the deck up to here, all the way around the ship. So when it's raining, this will start to fill up with water and actually flood the deck, eventually to the point where it'll spill over the top here. So while it's important to keep the scupper plugs in during operations like bunkering operations, it's also important to be tending them in rain like this. You want to make sure you're pulling the plugs, letting the water drain over. But you also have to keep in mind now that you have an access point for oils or contaminants to now go over the side. So it's super important that you're mindful of that. So when the rain stops, it's a good idea to put the scupper plugs back in, or just be ready to run around the deck and get everything plugged up in case there is an oil leak or oil spill. Now there's other challenges though too with oil going over the side in the rain. If you were just to keep all the scuppers plugged in and there was an oil spill on deck, that water is eventually going to keep rising and rising until it gets up to until it floods over the fish plate. So you really do need to attend to these scupper plugs, because that oil will just be floating on top of the water and eventually it'll go over the side anyway. So now we're inside the cargo control room here. We monitor a lot of different ship systems. Over here is all the ballasting systems. All those gauges there show the tank levels of all the different ballast tanks and fuel tanks. One of the things we have to keep an eye out for is the bilge alarms during rain. So we click our bilge alarms. And typically we would get bilge alarms in the cargo holds, and that's a common alarm that'll go off when the hatch cover is off of the cargo hold, leaving the hold exposed. Cargo hold bilges. Here's a breakdown of all the bilges. Most holds have a bilge on the port and starboard side, as well as on the forward middle side. For example, if we look at hold 8 here, we have hold 8 mid port, hold 8 forward center, hold 8 mid starboard. Anytime it goes off, it's going to alarm. It's going to make an audible alarm in here, and it'll be flashing ALM for alarm. High level alarms in the bilges should be visually inspected. So the mate on watch will go down into the cargo hold where the bilge wells are, inspect the rose box, which is where the water will gather, and make sure that there's no contaminants or other pollutants in the water before requesting that the engineers pump that bilge well over the side.